Hello, it's Wednesday and it's time for Story of Seasons. Hello, hello. Hi, hello, hello. I'm excited. I'm so freaking excited. I'm so excited. Let's just start the game. I'm so excited. This game is a remake of one of my favorite games growing up from the GameCube. I'm so excited it's being remade. Well, it's been remade. Let's be a farmer. Let's fucking go! Marvelous. It's silent right now, which is weird. There we go. Ooh. A freaking river. Listen to it. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Whew. Okay, what are the options? Gameplay. Okay. Buttons. I'm sure it'll give me some sort of a tutorial. Okay. New game. I'm so ready. Let's go. Let's freaking go. It all started with a letter. Can't remember how many years it had been since I got one. Ugh, Takakura. See, I had this friend once. We used to share all our hopes and dreams with each other. And the sender of this letter? His kid. The letter was all about life in the city. The kid asked a bunch of questions about farming, and at the end wrote, I'd like to try working the farm. Hell yeah. To a city kid, I guess life in Forgotten Valley must have seemed appealing. Well, it took me by surprise, I'll say that much. I closed my eyes and saw my old friend's smile, just like it was yesterday. Oh. It takes guts to travel all the way from the big city to Forgotten Valley, a place most folks, well, forgot about. Oh! Character creation. Ooh, I like that face. That's a nice face. You pale AF. Our blue. Oh. I guess I have to select. Look at it. That's so pretty. Your face, skin color, and eye color can't be changed later. Yes, I'm okay with this. Oh! Okay. It used to be you could only get this hairstyle for the girl. Which, honestly, I don't hate. But let's see what else we have. Oh, cute. Oh, that's adorable. Is that all of them? Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the OG. Can I make my hair purple? I can make it pink. Let's make it pink, obviously. Enter a name. Lumi, obviously. Pronouns. She, her. I love that. You'll have to stick with your name and pronouns once you finalize them. Yes. Here I am! So, you're Lumi, huh? I'm real sorry to hear about your old man. He was a good guy. Gonna make a lot of friends in the next life, I'll bet. I gotta say, though, you must take after him. No average young'un would want to pack up and come to Forgotten Valley of all places. I'm a young'un. Well, once you spend a little time here, I'm sure you'll figure out if it's really the life you want. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! My farm! Alright, this is it. Oh. Oh, it looks so good. This is the land your old man and I found. Buildings are run down, sure, but you can still use them. Soil's fertile enough to grow crops on, too. See this pasture? If you spread some fertilizer on it, you'll have a place for your livestock to graze. Oh, that's new. Okay. Gotta fertilize the grass. Okay. I'm gonna find a lot of things that are new. I just know it. And I will point every single one of them out. Don't you worry. So, how about it, kid? Ready to take over the farm? Oh, hell yeah! That's what I like to hear. I'm sure your old man's cheering you on, too. Come on, then. Might as well give you the grand tour. Yay! This here's the barn. It's where you'll raise cows, horses, and sheep. I'll take you inside later. That's a fat stack of hay right there. Here's the shipping bin. Get to know it, because it's going to be your best. I want to say it used to be in a shed. If there's something you want me to buy, write it down in the ledger there. I do remember that. Over there's your storage shed and your food storage. Oh, okay. If your bag ever starts getting too full, you can throw items you don't need in one of those. I'm so happy. I'll put the smaller items you buy and any profits you make here. Other folks might leave gifts or rewards around here too, so keep an eye out for those. Oh, that's cool. Presents. I like presents. Ooh, bell. This is the coop. You might have guessed, but this is where you'll raise your chickens. That there is one of your fields. You can plant seeds there, but you'll need a hoe to plow the soil first. Speaking of which, I got a few packs of seeds and some basic tools for you. Try using them when you get a chance. Woo! Oh! Bork, bork! It's the puppies. Huh, guess a couple of stray dogs settled in here, and it looks like they've already warmed up to you. Alright, I'll let you keep one. But just one, alright? I ain't a huge fan of dogs. Takakura is like basically the landlord at this point. Go on and pick a favorite. Oh, I can't decide. The floppy ear is the OG, but the pointy ear was introduced in Another Wonderful Life, which is the girl version on GameCube, and he's the one I picked. Ugh. Oh, decisions. Oh, big eye. You know, I'm just gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna let it cycle and pick one. Who did I pick? Did I pick the pointy one? Is that what it means when it barks? Oh, in the name. Ooh. Oh, what am I gonna name it? Ooh, what am I gonna name it? Oh, what am I gonna name it? I feel like I used to just name them Fido all the time, but that's lame and childish. Nova. Sounds good. I'll try to find an owner for the other pup next time I head to the city. You never see the other dog again. Guess I'll build the little one a doghouse too. Yay! Still not certain which one I picked, but I think it was the pointy-eared one. And this here is your house. I tried to fix up a bit before you arrived, so you should be able to settle right in. Huh? Oh, my house? Right over there. See that cabin over there? That's where I live. Well, that covers the main facilities. Ain't much, but if you save up, maybe you can expand some of them. Oh, before I forget, I said we'd go in the barn later, didn't I? Well, it's later. Follow me. It's later now. Let's go. This music. So good. Oh. I bought you a cow as a welcome present. Her feed bin is all set up over there. Oh, and she'll need a name, too. Oh. The return of Burger. Burger 2. No, I'm just gonna name it Burger. Burger. Burger, huh? I like it. She's our first animal, so take good care of her. She gave birth about 10 days ago, so she'll produce plenty of milk. As long as she's healthy, you should be able to milk her twice a day. Yay! Although I don't get to keep the baby. The baby is not here. Meh! So freaking cute. I think that about sums up the farm. Oh, wait. We've got to decide on a name for it. Any ideas? My brand. Hello. My brand. Galaxy Farm. Has a nice ring to it. Sure. While I've got you, might as well introduce you to the locals. I'm no social butterfly, but a youngin' like you is sure to charm the heck out of them. Ready to go? Oh, heck yeah. What's the matter? What's the matter? Nothing. Take me. Alright, let's get to it then. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This here's the Layover Inn. Tay runs the place with his wife Lou. Their son Brock lives with them too. Oh, they're so cute. I love the redesign. How adorable. Oh my god. Oh, and there's a girl named Nami who's staying up on the second floor. Aww. Grandma and Grandpa. Like, not by blood, but the town's Grandma and Grandpa. This is Gary and his wife, Nina. I love her little hat. Oh. Little wave. This is Chris. They don't say anything, apparently. That's Chris's husband, Sully, and their son, Hugh. Creepy. Muffy. Gavin here is the owner and head barista at the Bluebird Cafe. Oh, Molly. Her name is Molly in this one. Molly helps him out part-time. I love her outfit. So cute. She's so cute. Lumina. Romana here owns the villa, where she lives with her granddaughter, Lumina. Their butler over there is called Sebastian. Lumina has been aged up to be marriageable in this one. In the very, very first edition, or version, I guess, she was... I don't know what her age was, but she wasn't a marriage candidate. But she is now. Gustava! Gustava? Oh, the guy playing guitar? That's Gustava. He's a real character, always strumming some tune or another. And he looks much more handsome in this one. He looked a little weird on the GameCube. Oh, and he got an overhaul. That guy over there is Gordy. I think his name was Cody? A man of few words, but a real passionate artist, apparently. He was, low-key very poorly designed. Do the roar! Do the roar! Hi, Benny! I missed you too, Ben. Ben, how are you? Ugh, I need to move chat, actually, so that you're not covering up the text on screen. Benny, my game! The game that which I love so much. Benny, I'm playing my game. I'm playing the game, Benny. Actually, I could probably put you... I don't really know where I want to put you. We're gonna put you there for now. I am doing fantastic now that I have my game. I'm glad you're doing well too. It's good to see you. They sell seeds here, so take a look at their stock when you get a chance. Heart. A few other folks live in that direction. We've got the twins who craft fireworks and an oddball scientist. Best not to ask about his experiments. Plus, there's an archaeologist staying in a tent up by the waterfall there. He and his assistant dig up all sorts of weird stuff. Alright, that should about cover everyone. I'm sure you're exhausted. It's been a long day, so take it easy for now. If you think of any other questions for me later, don't you hesitate to ask, alright? Oh. Oh yeah, there's something I forgot to give you. Whoop. Oh, this camera belonged to your old man. Ain't the newest model, obviously, but it does the job well enough. Let's try taking a test photo real quick. Oh? Oh! I don't think that they had a camera in the other one. You can use it whenever you're feeling, photographic. Love that. Now get some rest, kid. You've earned it. Yay! Oh! Oh, maybe it's an ooh! Never seen a nature sprite like that before. Oh, guys! Oh, their names are different. They were Knick Knack and Flack, and now it's Hugh, Jack, and Ace. Honestly, Knick Knack and Flack were cuter. Beats the heck out of me. As far as I know, we're the only nature sprites in Forgotten Valley. Yeah, so what are we looking at then? Good question. Hey buddy, what's your name? Lumi. Gotcha, so you're a nature sprite named Lumi. Roger that. The name's Ace, nice to meet ya. I'm Jack, nice to greet ya. And my name is Heart. Let's all be friends, okay? I said Hugh, but that was wrong, it was Heart. Beginnings. In the beginning. Oh. Okay, so I've got 5 tomato seeds, apple seed, some fertilizer. And I've got camera, milker, watering can, sickle, and a hoe. Call dog, call horse, info. One of Takakura's. Oh, you can pull up the info of what you're holding in your hand. Okay. Oh, my house looks so nice. Mirror. If only this mirror let me jump into an alternate universe, that'd be pretty cool. There's 10 days in a season? Do I remember? Is that... What? Do I remember that? Man's Market Day. Oh, I can cook already? We've got clear skies as far as the eye can see. Hello, it's time for the Daily Dairy. Today we're going to talk about feeding cows. Let's see what questions Quinn and Avery have for us. Oh, what do cows eat? Well, cows eat fodder, of course. It's best to feed them twice a day. Twice a day? Wow, but what about snacks? It'd be the worst day ever if I couldn't have snacks. Twice a day, huh? I don't remember that either. Howdy, anglers! Today, we've asked Skylar from Dewdrop Village to see what's biting in the rivers around here. These are so cute. Your luck today is good. Record player. Corkboard. That's my picture. That's cool, I can put the pictures above my freaking bed. That's so cute. at it. Look at it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's go outside. Let's see what. Let's see. Hey, Lumi, wait up a sec. Before you go out, don't forget to check Takakura's notes. You can find him on your side table. Yeah, his notes have lots of helpful stuff in them. Check them out before you go. And then just... Oh, okay. Lots to learn about farming. They ain't much, but I hope these notes will answer your questions. First, you gotta learn how to make a living. Try to sell any crops you pick. More profits mean more facilities. Walk around the valley and chat up the locals, too. Give them enough gifts and they'll take a liking to you. We got 4 seasons here. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter, in that order. Each season lasts about 10 days, so use your time wisely. The year goes by faster than you might think. We have a festival for each season. Check your calendar for more info. Farm work takes stamina. Don't overdo it. Eat proper meals. If you plan on staying for the long haul, you'll probably want to find a partner to spend your life with. Hopefully, you'll find somebody who really clicks with you in your first year here. Go get 'em, kid. Oh yeah, there's kind of like a low-key a rush to get married in the beginning. Hey, we found nice to meet you, nature sprites, which means you reached chapter 1 beginnings. You found one of the wonders so far. Oh, wait, if I go over here, maybe he'll come out. No. Well, he doesn't want to come out. This space is for your animals. If you have any questions about raising them, Takakura's notes might come in handy. Oh. Barn and a coop. Oh, and he can order animals. Okay. Every animal needs to be fed. Feed them daily, and you'll get plenty of byproducts, like milk and eggs. Oh, I guess that's what the 2 troughs are for. They eat one in the morning and one at night. Okay. So it's not like I have to remember to go back. Animals love to be brushed and snuggled. You'll need cows, sheep, and goats, and a horse. You can get cows and sheep. I can get you cows and sheep. You'll have to buy goats from Van during spring. Some animals come in different varieties. Ooh, normal, brown, marble, or star. Different cows produce different varieties of milk. Okay. Raised in the barn. Barn fits 8 animals, but if you expand it, you can fit 15. Fodder dispenser. An isolation space for pregnant animals. Cows need 2 meals a day, but sheep and goats only need 1. Feed them directly. Put them out to pasture. Baby animals need mother's milk, which I knew. Oh, where did I go? I'm just gone. Hello? Where did I go? Hold on, what? Why can't you see me? That's so weird. I'm just not even in frame anymore. I've disappeared. What the heck? That's never happened before. Thanks, Link. Animal births. Babies. Milking. Shearing. Birds. Poop. Oh, I could have ducks. Hell yeah. Shared bin. Bird feed. Can be let out to graze on the farm. I have to bring them back in for the bad weather. Eggs. Fertilized eggs. Oh my goodness. I don't have a brush, but I have a milker. I guess I just brush my cow with my hand? Ducks? Name one clusterfuck. That's too many letters. Burger is in a pretty good mood today. Snuggle. Aww. Can I milk you? Should be able to milk you immediately. Oh! Alright, shit. 4 milks at once. Fodder dispenser. I don't have any fodder. Oh, yes, I do. Put in. Put in. There we go. Just because I need to fertilize some grass so that they have something to eat. Oh, no, there is some out here. Okay, I'll just kind of expand on this. Boop. Maybe grow another patch over here just to be creative about it. Okay. Oh, I can! Hey, these are one of your fields. If you want to find out more about raising crops, don't forget to check Takakura's notes. Till with a hoe. Basic fruits and veggies, root crops and tree crops. Crops thrive in different seasons. Make sure you read the labels and plant your schedule. Sorry, had to. Fruits, veggies, and root crops need water daily, but trees grow just fine without water. Okay, careful when planting trees. That's right, trees need more space. 2 small fields. Soil quality varies. The field next to the coop isn't too fertile, but the one further out is a bit better. Some crops will only grow if the soil quality is good. Some crops will only grow in certain seasons or soil types. Examine the bag. Okay, before you sow them. Okay. Fertilizer spreaders. Ooh! That'll be a nice thing to look forward to eventually. Breed their crops. Flower DNA can help crops. Happy lamp, sage soils, upseeds, and tree blues. Well, hey, Delvin. Hello. How are ya? Douche. How many seeds do I? 5 tomatoes and 1 tree. Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna go like in this line. I don't need to do that anymore. Okay. Tomato. I'm doing amazing. I got my game. It's my new game. All soil types grows quickly. Needs a wide enough space. I fully was gonna grow my trees on this field, but then immediately didn't do that. So, you know, that's cool. Love that for me. I like to keep my tree and crops separate. If there's anything you're unsure about, I'm here to answer your questions. Some things are better learned by doing, though. Wouldn't hurt to wander around the valley and chat up some folks, either. You'll probably learn a thing or two along the way. If I'm not around, check the notebook I left in your house, on the side table by your bed. It's got a bunch of notes on the farm. Now, I know I'm gonna sound like a real pain in your rear for asking this, but you should settle down and get married as soon as you can. It was your old man's dream to run a farm with his family, so just keep it in mind, that's all I'm saying. Yes, sir. Right there. Boop. Okay. Foraging. Water. He's just weirdly staring at my field. Like, what's going on over here? Eventually I can expand expand the farm and turn this into another field, I think. That's cute. Oh! Those are the colors of the nature sprites. That's cute. I'm gonna take a picture of that. That's so cute. Boop. I love that. I love that little detail. Hey. Let me go see if my dog came out of his little doghouse. There he is. I need to feed him. Oh. Nova has a healthy, fluffy coat. Train. Can I train you yet? Heck. Aw. Aw. Jump. Oh. That's so cute. Look at I can train him. I love that. I think you could do that with one, but it's endearing. Nova can't eat that. Well, what can Nova eat? Yeah. 2,400. I'll start with a... I will spend far too much money on a female chicken so I can start getting eggs. Feed. Order. Bird feed. Is that how much I can afford? So we'll start with yeah. There. My shipping bin? Yes. Ship all the milk so I can recuperate some of the money I just spent. Okay. Time to go meet some folks. Explore. Up in the forest. Ooh, flowers. I'm so very excited. This game is freaking gorgeous. Yep. Goddess drop flower. Pick it up. Pick it up. Stack them? Oh my god, I can stack them. Across here? Oh my god, I can! Jiminy Christmases. Okay. Are you in the tent? No answer. Are you underground? Oh, there they are. Oh, hello there. You must be Lumi, I take it. Well, I'm Flora. I'm an archaeologist. I help Professor Carter with the dig site. Greetings. You are the young inheritor of the farm, I presume? My name is Carter. A pleasure to meet you. If you ever wish to lend a hand at the dig site, just say the word. I think it's a part-time job. Do you have some time to help us? Sure. You can get money from this. In that case, allow me to explain the basics. Simply use your shovel to dig into a patch of earth. You might discover an ancient artifact. I shall give you a special bag for digging so that you may view and store the items you unearth. When you're finished, you may either head over to the dig site entrance or speak with me. When you do, I'll review your finds and return them to you. Should you find anything of archaeological value, I will need to take it off your hands. I should also warn you that you cannot keep your items on you while working the dig site, so make sure you've eaten something beforehand. I think I don't make money except for when I sell the items that I dig up. This has money. Can you dig in the same hole twice? 3 times? Does it do anything? I can see the money sticking out of it. I don't remember how many levels down I could go. Or should go. There's too much time and energy in here. Nothing else is unearthing, but there is a coin over here. So let's see what happens if I just keep digging at it. There we go. Old coin. Okay, so I guess I do just need to keep digging in the same hole. Oh, there's something there. I'll just find one more thing and then I'll leave because I got other people to go talk to. Ooh, something peculiar. Okay, I'm done. All done. Very well then. Shall we head outside? Another productive day of digging for you, I hope. Allow me to examine what you found. There doesn't appear to be anything of archaeological significance, I'm afraid. His face. Feel free to take today's findings home with you. You've earned them. That is all for today. Cool, I can just sell those things. Boop, boop. Alright, let's go back across the river. Yeah. I don't think this shortcut was original in the game, so I'm glad that they added that. Collect all the flowers. And the mushrooms. A weird looking mushroom here. Eat it? Oh, that's right. Oh no! I'm in their house! How does this thing give off light anyway? Oh, can I teach you something fun? I learned a new recipe. I heard some humans talking about it, so it's gotta be good. Sweet potato soup. Yeah. I don't have any recipes for you today. Oh, so they teach me. Sorry, no new recipes. No. What's that? Okay, he doesn't care though. Let me out of here. Thank you. Okay, so you can't really collect those mushrooms because they shrink you. That's an interesting looking cave that might lead to something later. What am I stuck on? Hello? The tree. Okay. Into town. Let's go meet Cecilia. And Vesta. And I think his name is Matthew. But I think it used to be Marlin. Marlin? Marlin. It's Matthew now. That's what matters. Just look at the freaking view of this game. I swear to Christ. This is their farm. Oh! Hello! Very windy. Hello! Can I talk? Must live around here. Oh, he doesn't run away from me. I love that. They're good gifts, and I can make money off of them. Not a lot of money, but some. These. Matthew. What am I like this place. Makes me feel like I've got a home away from home. Anyway, are you here to shop? Ah, I want to talk to you. Well, I suppose. I don't have a lot of money, but let's see what I can get. Let's get some autumn to spring. Let's get some of these. We'll line them right up next to the tomatoes. Nice. Done. You like flowers? What about it? Oh, you won't accept my present? Fine. Cecilia! I made a little wish to the crops. I asked them to grow big and healthy for us. That aside, did you want to purchase anything from us today? No, thanks. That's fine. Come back again soon, okay? You're always welcome. When I was playing the original one, I married her. I tried to stick with her because, she was also a farmer, so, like, you know, she gets me. Vesta! Hey there, how's farm life treating you? If you ever need any crop seeds, come find me. I'm more than happy to share the extras we have. Anyway, if you grow crops, you'll want to ship them out to the city. Just don't steal away my clientele, alright? So, you looking to buy something? No, but you said you'd just give me things for free. Can I have them for free? Okay. No free for me. Ooh, flowers. Oh, the bird noise. And time doesn't stop indoors on this one like it does in many other Harvest Moon games. I will pick this forest dry of everything it has to offer. Gary and Nina. Yo, what's up? Who said that? Wrong way, bud. Over here. Huh? Playing hooky from farm work to go for a stroll, huh, Lumi? I see how it is. Hey, I'm just messing with you. Don't sweat it. It looked like you were having a staring contest with the river, but I figured you were probably just overworked or something. Not everyone gets this level of concern from a stud like me, by the way. Just saying. Oh no. I forgot how much of a D-bag he comes off as. I'm so unimpressed. Anyway, listen. You have got to relax your shoulders. I've never seen anyone so tense in my life. If you don't take time to chill, life's gonna chew you up and spit you out. Come on, let's hang out and shoot the breeze. Oh, I know. Just kidding. Oh, I know that look. You're thinking, wow, this guy is so cool. I gotta know more about him, right? Well, first of all, thank you. I'm flattered, really. Second of all, you're in luck, because I'm happy to reintroduce myself as many times as you need. Rock, please, you're not that cool. The name's Rock. I live at the layover inn with my parents. Gotta be a good son and watch over them. You know how it is. Oh, but that's the easy stuff. We gotta dig deeper. Let me tell you a few of my favorite things. Hope you're ready for this. I'm all about taking it easy. No work, no pressure, no nothing. Just me, myself, and I, living the dream. Oh, okay. People do whatever they want in Forgotten Valley. That's what makes it awesome, you know? So you'd think an all-play, no-work lifestyle would be chill here, but everybody's got a problem with it. And I'm just like, what? He who doesn't work doesn't eat. Oh, come on. You're one of them? Everybody says work is so important, but I do not get it. At all. Well, you do you. I'm gonna live my best life, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. Catch you around, Lumi. Yeah, bye. I think if you go down, at least in the old version, if you go down his path of affection, I think eventually he, like, gets inspired by you or something. So he's less of a layabout. Nami, I see you. You can't hide from me. Do you know where you'd end up if you'd cross the ocean here? It's okay if you don't. Not knowing's more fun anyway. And you can use your imagination to try and picture what's there. Everyone's favorite tomboy. Sound of the waves is peaceful, isn't it? Oh, else over here. Pond. This is the back of the inn. I forgot. I realized I didn't get to say hi to Gary or Nina because Rock put me into a cutscene. Nina, Grandma, she's so tiny. What the fuck? She's even tinier in this one. Holy shit. She's so tiny. And it's not just short. She's just like chibi-sized. Oh, you're that new farmer, aren't you? My husband Gary and I are getting on in years, you see, so we've decided to savor the time we have left by staying here in Forgotten Valley. This time of year always reminds me of when my husband and I first moved here. The flowers were just as beautiful back then, too. Gary, you cherish that woman for the rest of her life. What? Who are you? Oh, Lumi. Right, the one Takakura mentioned. My wife Nina and I used to live in the city, but once we started getting on in years, we decided to move out here for a change of pace. He was always a little grumpy, but that's okay. We love him. What is... Oh, Chris. And Molly. And the scientist. Holy shit, okay. I'm so glad it's finally warming up. I feel alive. Oh, Lumi, is your farm doing well? If you ever end up with a dairy surplus, I'll gladly take any extra milk. Daryl. My research focuses primarily on energy efficiency. Fascinating topic, isn't it? Perhaps I'll let you sit in on one of my experiments sometime. Crazy bastard. Alright, let's see. Is this the inn or is this the bar? It is the inn. Ah! You're the new farmer that moved in, aren't you? Lumi, right? How's life in Forgotten Valley been treating you? You know, I myself ended up here after traveling all over the world, and before I knew it, I was running the inn. Very nice. There's not in here. Answer. There's? Maybe she's just... No answer. No answer. Nope. Oh, she's in the garden. I just saw her. There she is. How are things with you? Getting used to work yet? If you ask me, it's best to go your own speed. No need to rush things. Well, unless you're Takakura, who says I have to get married ASAP. Because you can actually, like, not succeed at this game if you don't get married in a certain amount of time. Hey there, hope you'll swing on by and visit us at the Bluebird Cafe anytime you need some rest after a long day's work. I'm just trying to meet everybody. Well, 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 that's a pretty deep well. Yeah, the fireworks twins are over here. It's locked. Oh, this is Gordy. Yo, you're that farmer, right? The name's Gordy. I make art out of metal. What an introduction, sir. Oh, that's right, they live up in this thing. Cole. Hello there, I'm Cole, second best crafter of world-class fireworks. Good to meet ya. And just in case you were wondering, my twin brother Charlie's the best. Welcome to the valley. Name's Charlie, crafter of the world's best fireworks. Don't confuse me with my brother Cole. His are only second best. I'd like to leave. Exit. There we go. Must go up, finish meeting everyone. Oh, little Hugh. Hello, buddy. Oh, you're that person from the farm. He's missing teeth. No answer. What does this say? It's not a sign that I can read. That's it. What about this? Nope, can't read that sign either. Who lives here? The absolute power music coming from this house right now. Look at the freaking exercise equipment everywhere. Jesus Christ. Well, her husband is clearly not home right now. To the villa. This is amazing. I'm so happy to be replaying this game, but like with a new, fresh face. Oh, that's right, they have kitties. Oh, and you can pick them up. But you can't take it outside. That's upsetting. No answer. Huh? Ah, you're the valley's newest resident. Lumi, yes? Managing a farm is sure to be taxing, but I wish you success in your travels. Oh, travails. Ooh, fancy words. For my part, I shall endeavor to serve Mistress Romana to the best of my ability. Why, hello there, sweetie. You're more than welcome to visit whenever you find yourself with time to spare. Fashion. How to make marinade. Ooh, got a recipe for marinade. I think there are more, like, hidden recipes to find, which is kind of cool. Locked. I think that is not being used. And Lumina's room. Ah, Lumi, how do you do? That's all you have to say? Forgotten Valley is a charming little place, is it not? Everyone here is so unique. I feel green heart about her. Maybe that's a size. Little ladybug. Okay. Yeah, you can go into their rooms and read their diaries to see how they like you, how they feel about you. Okay, time to go home. The long trek back to the farm I go. I still never found anything my dog could eat, which is a little upsetting. Oh, and I'm tired. It's 9 p.m. Make sure to plant my seeds tomorrow. Isn't it pretty? Oh my Jesus. One of the lights behind my monitor just tipped over and it scared the crap out of me. Unfair. I can't sell this? I have to sell that to Fan, probably, when he comes. My recipe. Salad. Marinade. Oops. Sweet potato soup. That's cool. Yes. Oh, I'm dreaming. That's so cute. It's a new day. What's the weather? 6-hour forecast. Mostly cloudy skies. Summer love. Luck today is not great. Oh. He's got some sort of food. Sell this house. Already food here. Did Takakura do that? Oh, that's so nice of him. He's not a fan of dogs, but he fed my dog. You guys, that's so sweet. That's so cute. I don't have a chicken yet, probably. He ordered me one, it just has not arrived yet. Okay. Let's dig up more patches around for the watermelons. Oh, 2 at a time. Amazing. I could probably sell... very fertile. Yeah, I figured that. I think I'm gonna bring the cow out today because there is some grass that it could eat, especially since I've added some more packing yesterday. So we're gonna do that. Go doop. Yes. They are happier when you let them outside. Where are you? There you are. Burger. Come back. I want milk, please. Milk. Nova has a fluffy tail. Rain. Egg. Jump. Paw. And spin. How cute. Okay. Let's see if I can give people gifts today. See if they'll accept any of the gifts I have to give. Matthew. You in here? Nope. Vesta's over here.
Hey!
Oh, voice. Good morning. If you're planting seeds in spring, tomatoes and watermelons are the way to go. Strawberries and potatoes are risky, but you can make them work. Good. Oh, thank you, Vesta. Cecilia. There was something I wanted, so I decided to post a request on the bulletin board. Oh, I love that! Exchanging items is so convenient that way. I'm glad we set it up. Hey, good to see you. Working in the field tires you out. Anyway, are you here to shop? No. Well, if you're sure, come again anytime. Will you accept the flower now? No? Oh my lord, why can't they give you things? Handmade chest of drawers. I think this is Cecilia's room. Yeah. And then, yeah, Marlon, Matthew, and Vesta sleep on here. Hi there and welcome. Vesta puts more love and care into her crops than anyone I know. That's why all our produce tastes so good. No, I don't buy anything. I was trying to read the diary. I'm pretty sure this is Matthews. Jesus Christ. My brain says old names only. There's the husband. I can go visit him now. Hey, how you doing? His eyes are terrifying. She wants a tomato and give me 5 eggs. Milky soup. Reason I need the energy. I don't even have the recipe for milky soup. Learned the recipe for milky soup? Okay. Can I take things out of the shipping bin once I put them in? I forget. Make him some milky soup. Soup. Milky soup. Just milk. Boop. Make dish. Yes. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go give him some milky soup. Is this where I... Order status. Ordered. Ordered a chicken. Pond processing room, fertilizer maker, barn upgrade, coop upgrade, fertilizer spreader 1 and 2. Those are the facilities you can get eventually. I don't know how I'm supposed to get my money from him. I sold milk yesterday and I don't have the money for it yet. I'm not quite sure how that works. Is it in here? Expandable deposit box. Milky soup. Milky soup. Gotta go find Gordy. Oh, what's this? Molly on the bridge. She's contemplating. Hello there, Lumi. Since you're here, do you have time for a quick chat? I just adore this view. It always helps me settle down. The rushing water, the gentle breeze. You just don't get this in the city. I'm so cute. That's where I used to live, you know? But some things went sour and I ended up moving to Croton Valley. They're so expressive. Oh my god. Every once in a while, when I'm staring out at the river, I think back on all my old heartache. Just kidding. What? The clean air in the valley has done wonders for my skin, so I like to make sure I spend some time outside every day. Here, see for yourself. Thank you, Lumi. You're such a sweetheart. We should really get going. We should really get to know each other better. I feel like you and I are on the same wavelength. Until next time, then. She's so cute! Oh my god! I'm gonna take a picture of this view that she loves so much. There we go. Flip it around, all 360. Yes, I can. So this is also in my view. Yeah, pictures. Okay. Gordy. He had his... Oh, Gustafa, I can meet you now. I haven't met him yet. Come here. Oh, he looks so much better in this game. He looked like a weird hippie with a giant hat in the old one. Now, where should I play my guitar? Oh, okay, bye. Whenever I wander around here, all kinds of melodies pop into my head. I honestly, zero idea who I'm gonna court in this game. Zero idea. Large turtle. Although, probably, now that I think about it, probably Matthew. We'll definitely court everyone like I was doing in the other game. But I think my final choice will be Matthew. I don't know. We'll see how the scenes go with the others. See how I kind of get a feel for them. Is the hobo not in this game? Did they take him out? Where's Gordy? Private. He wasn't at his house. I didn't see him on the beach, but I didn't also look very hard. I can go check up in the forest. Quick pickles, hell yeah. Hidden recipe. Check everybody's kitchen all the time. Ooh, more recipes. Amazing. Love that for me. What up, Salam? Zombre, look at my new game. Zombre, look at it. I'm so excited. This game is so good. Nami. Looking at it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I see you're a morning person. Reluctantly. Everyone's in such a good mood when spring rolls around, but I don't get it. What's there to be excited about? She's so emo. My god. She's not like other girls. Fuck is Gordy? I have his milky soup. Bro, where are you? Milky soup? Hello? Oui, I am called Pui. Traveling to Coco Island, very far away, is a dream of mine. But to get there, my purse must jingle jingle very loudly. I traded many items of mine for coins, but still it was not enough. You have the face of a good person, yes, I can tell. Would you help your good new friend Pui's dreams happen? This is the revamp of the hobo. This is the revamp. They did him so good. He was very much raggedy and surrounded by flies in the old one, but now he's not raggedy and surrounded by butterflies instead. And honestly, love that for him. Spring is pretty and the weather is nice, but the allergies suck. So, like, I half agree with Nami. Let me dig, please. There's things to dig. Yes. Dig, dig, dig. Hello? Okay, I can't dig because she's, like, right in front of that one, apparently. He's just, like, weirdly watching me. An old coin. Oops. Oh. An old coin. Can I please dig here, Laura? There we go. Oh. Pretty gemstone. Now I'm done. Very well. Shall we head outside? Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. Another productive day of digging for you, I hope. There doesn't appear to be anything of archaeological significance. Well, fine. I'll keep all the pretty things. Okay, I will. They're mine. I need to find Gordy so I can give him his goddamn milky soup. Hey, kid, I brought you a new animal. Come on over. Chicken! Look at it! Say hello to the newest member of your livestock family. Oh, and you may as well give it a name while you're at it. Nugget. Chicken. Nugget. Good choice. Take good care of this one, alright? Chicken. Somewhere random on the farm, or oh no, it's in the back. I love that. I don't have to chase it down. Snuggle the chicken. Oh, Chickman 1 and 2 port. Do I have money from you yet? Cows don't give milk all the time, you know. If they're about to give birth, you can't milk them. After they give birth, though, they'll give you more milk than usual for a little while. Keep that in mind as you raise your cows. Milky soup. Oh, and he gives me more watermelon seeds. Why do I only have money? Like 100 money. Give me money? No. Am I dumb? Where do I pick up my income from? Here? Soft feathers. Obtained 1 bird. You have found 4 of the wonders. Wow, really? Oh, and this is where I pick up my profits. Okay. What are the wonders? Reached chapter 1 beginnings. Obtained 1 animal, round noses and floppy ears. The chicken makes horrific noises. Devil chicken. 1 bird. Where's the last one I found? There it is. Looked into the mirror. Okay. Well. Well, I'm gonna sell some of these flowers. Apparently I cannot sell some of these flowers. And nobody wants to take them as gifts. Info. Oh. Dan might be interested in buying it. Okay. Chicken feed in the thing. Pool for them to drink from. Is there no dispenser in here? Oh, I guess. I think I just put it all in. And then, no? Akakura, what are you doing in here? Dispenser. There is for the fodder for the cow, not for the chimkin. I need to find Gordy. He likes to hang out on the beach normally. Oh. Who now? Oh, Gustafa. His lute. Or I guess it's a guitar, but it doesn't look like one. Hey there, Lumi. You know my name already, yeah? Yes. Huh? Right on. I'm Gustafa. Did Takakura take you around for introductions your first day here? We didn't have much of a chance to chat that day, so I was hoping we could change that. Don't worry about skipping over me. As long as we get to know each other in the end, it's all good. Feel free to stop by my place whenever. I've got a thing for music, so maybe we'll sing some songs together. Could be fun. Stunning. Well, the wind's calling, so I'm off. Good luck on the farm. Lovely. Still trying to find Gordy. He's all sad looking. Look at him walking with his head down. Good lord. On the beach. Not seeing him. He's not in the forest, but the turtle friend is. He's inside now. Yes, okay. Mr. Gordy, I have milky soup. Need something? Hear about your request. Milky soup. Ta-da! Thanks for going to all the trouble. I appreciate it. Here, have this as a thank you. Watermelon seeds. Later. Brooding. We'll plant those, shall we? Actually, I'll plant them in the morning. It's a little late in the day to do that, but... Dan will be here tomorrow, so... Oh, that's right! Open your shop stall. I forgot about that. So I can sell... We'll do that. And then we'll see if people come by. Oh, yeah, I do have to stay here. Let's see if people show up. It's the end of the day. People might be heading home. This was such a cool aspect of the game, too. You just kind of set up your shop stall, and unfortunately you have to hope that people walk by. But if you time it right, people will. Like, let's see if Matthew walks this far. And maybe Lou. Not a guarantee. Definitely not the fastest way to do it. But if you can't use your shipping bin and van's not here... Oh, she turned. She's not gonna... Matthew! Hey, there he is. Hello? Where you go? Hello? I was like, you really? Did they just shove each other? Yeah, you know, low-key, aggressive. White flower. For you, 22. Not really? That's not bad at all, thanks. You won't let me gift it to you. Money. Aromatic herb. For you, 31.
Sir_relied is now following.
Well, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, welcome. My name is Mama Lumi, and I'm reliving nostalgia today, so I hope that you're enjoying yourself. Watch me just sell my entire stock to him. Which, you know, that's what he wants. Oh, okay, he doesn't want anything else. Fine. Lou? Oh, anybody? Did the Daryl really just walk past my stall without buying anything? Ooh, the coin for you? 36. I'm trying to win over his affection by giving him discounts. We'll see if that works. Anybody else? I don't want to just sell everything to him. I'll feel bad. Chris, are you coming? No? You're just gonna walk on by. Molly? Are you gonna... Anybody else? Does Matthew? Nope. She is. It's her. Look at her little sachet. Look how she walks. So fancy. Hi there, sugar. Done with work already? I've got my eye on the coin. How much? For you? 36. Oh, a discount. Well, aren't you sweet? Sold. Very cute. Love her. I can see why she's a fan favorite. Don't you have anything else? I mean, might just have to buy the coin. No discount this time. I suppose I can afford that. You've made yourself a sale. See? Money. I'm gonna close up shop, though. I don't want to stand here forever. But I made some monies. Is it the same? Okay, no new requests. Alright. And I think I have to put my animals back inside at night, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do that. I don't think they go in automatically like they were doing in the other game. Go back into coop. Very aggressive bell. Or cord. Can I not add more to my cork cord? I guess not. We're gonna go sleep. Oh, I'm dreaming of a lot of Sebastians. Hey, there's a note from Takakura. Hope you're getting used to things here. Check my notes if you have any questions. Takakura. What's in your house? Your house is mostly for sleeping, but you can cook and listen to records too. You live here long enough, you can expand. Cook. Learn recipes. Left a record player in your house. Get along with them, they might give you an old record or two. That's fun. Deposit box. A mailbox for big packages and gifts from the locals, I guess. Very nice. Journal save. Van is here today, so we'll see what I can accomplish selling to him. Birds. Tall bird outside. More egg. No egg? No egg. Oh! Interesting, it takes the egg outside with it. I will fertilize egg immediately. Because free chicken. Gotta pay for the first chicken. And after that, honestly, I didn't know it at the time, but if I had waited until I could get the tomato request done for Cecilia, she would have given me 5 eggs. So I could have gotten a chicken for absolutely free. But I didn't know that. So tip for the next guy. I need to buy more fertilizer from Esta. Get some more grass growing. Oh. That's a new mechanic. I have to have a rooster. Well played, game. Well played. Less of a free chicken. Watermelon. So the next time I have 500, which I think I have 500 now, I'm gonna buy a rooster so I can start getting fertilized eggs. That kind of puts me on track for the next one in line. Run out of water. Refill. There we go. Okay. My tree is starting to sprout. That. Okay, so I'm gonna save this egg because it's gonna come in handy for cooking eventually. Daily pickup and load. Hop. It's training time. Hop. Jump. Beg. And spin. Cute. Going to save 1 milk. Save an egg. Save like 5 of those. Actually, order animal. Boy chicken for 500. Yes. Dan is here today at some point, so I should be able to find the things I found on the archaeological dig. Oh, are you gonna go explore the valley? If you want to know what kind of place it is, Takakura wrote a whole bunch about it. I got more notes. Might as well make the most of it. Chat with the locals, find out what they like so you can give them some gifts. If you want to be on someone's good side, check out the bulletin board. Go to the dig site and fishing. I don't have a fishing rod yet. The valley ain't that big, but when you get lost, check your map. Here's a map. It rains more often in some seasons. Weather's not 100% accurate. Crop related. Vest has probably got it. You need a quick bite. Try the cafe. Van the peddler might. Vest will sell you seeds and fertilizer. Bluebird. Food. Van the peddler comes twice a month. Sell items. Bulletin board. Dig site. Okay. Any new requests today? Nope. Van's not here yet. I think you can actually see him walking in from the valley this way. There goes Chris. Oh, and Flora, what are you doing down here? You never leave. Can I give you a flower, please? Will you accept it? Good morning. It's a great day for digging, don't you think? Oh, did you pick that around here? Botany's outside my field of study, so I don't know much about what you've got there. Oh, hello! Thank you, Slum. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm dead. And I'm off screen again, too. Oh, there's Van. I don't know. That happened last time, too. I don't know what that's about. I just disappear instead of going flying. I enjoy you being a nuisance, too, so that's okay. I don't know why it does that. Where it makes me fall down instead of go flying, but whatever. It's just gonna be that way today. Van! Good day. I am but a humble traveling salesman who wanders the world. I offer others the chance to own a number of rare and unique items. My wares will be available for purchase on the 3rd and 8th of every month. Nothing bolsters the spirit quite like good weather, don't you agree? And then Quee. Hello, Quee. The river holds many swimming fish. So many fish. I must try to catch one. Honestly, let me figure out why I don't go flying anymore. I should go flying instead of just falling down. Hello? Where's my UI? Alright, VTuber Plus. Never mind. Okay. Vesta, will you accept my flower? Nobody likes flowers around here?
Hey!
Hey, good morning! Well, well, I really like what you got there. Could I, take it off your hands? Oh my god, somebody likes it. Jesus. You're sure? Nice. Thanks a lot. This is a little scary. I think he's got missing teeth. I think I noticed that last night. Yep. Morning! I heard the spirits live in the woods. Nobody's ever seen any, though. Yeah, he's way slow. I wonder what time... The Giga Chin. Yeah! Oh. I beg your pardon. Lumina. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to remember me from the other day, would you? Can you see that building up there on the hill? The villa, I mean? Yes. I lived there with my Aunt Romana and our butler, Sebastian. I moved to the valley when I was very young, so I've not been able to sit and chat with many people my own age. But then I heard you had moved in, and I'd hoped the two of us could get along. In any case, I do so hope we have another opportunity to chat sometime. Until then... Oh, she's so adorably nervous. Look at it. She's so shy. She ran away. What are you doing there? Hey. Good morning, Lumi. Hope we can both enjoy our days with a smile. Got any milk in stock? Wait, uh-oh. Are you not opening up your shop today? No. I'm waiting for Van to open up his, though. He's taking his sweet time. Do you like flowers?
Hey!
Hey! Top of the morning to ya. You do like flowers. Okay. Whoa, seriously? I owe you one. Oh, he's got blue eyes. Nice.
Hello?
How are things? What you got there? It looks fantastic. Oh, you don't want it. Alright, fine. I see how it is. Why are you hitting that? What? Does he like flowers? I don't remember. Yo, how are you? Oh, is that for me? Yes, okay, please. Sorry, not right now. Maybe some other time, though. What? Are you just preoccupied? I guess because this is how he does art, apparently. By beating the shit out of it. Honestly, I get it. Oh, the doctor! I forgot he was here. So weird looking. So I just realized the thunder I thought I was hearing for the past hour was actually your upstairs neighbors? What are they doing? Bowling? Static. Dr. Baddock at your service. Nice to meet you. I honestly don't remember his name, or if he had one before. Okay, well. How are you feeling? Don't overdo it out there. You got a creepy mechanical eye. He had one in the old one, too. Lumina, I have flowers. And Ramona. Flowers.
Oh.
No, but the thunder is now followed by childish giggles. Oh no, not the stairwell.
Oh.
You bet. Not right now, though. What? Hello? Accept my gifts. What the fuck? I don't remember it being this hard. Yes! I mean, what a thoughtful gift. My thanks. Very cute. I wonder what it's gonna take to give gifts to the boys around here. Because, like, Mustafa liked the flower, but Matthew was like, what is it? I don't know why you're giving this to me. I love the different sounds when you step on, like, stone. Oh, good day to you, Forgotten Valley. I am open for business. Yay. Yes, come peruse my wares at your leisure. I am certain I have all that you need. So, stone, metal grating, and grass. The different sounds. Alright, let's see what Van's got to offer and see if he'll take some of the stuff off my hands. Celia. Is everything alright? Oh, I don't have her tomatoes yet. Hi there. It's such a joy to see all the flowers and plants reinvigorated this time of year. She's so cute. Honestly, they're all adorable. I cannot. Mr. Van. Welcome to my humble place of business. How may I be of service? I want to sell. What do you have to offer? Okay, we're gonna do those. That. Those. We're gonna do that. Done. I see. I can offer you a total of 660. I'll take it. Want to buy? What do you have? Fishing rod, okay. Brush. I don't have enough money for that, but that's important. Oh, a different outfit. Oh, the boy outfit. That's cute. I'm actually gonna buy the fishing rod because it's gonna help me get money from fishing. And then I'll be able to save up money to buy the brush. Is everybody just not working today? Like, what the hell?
Yo.
Spring, the perfect season for everything. Want to go chill out under the cherry blossoms sometime? No, Brock. No, I don't. Yeesh. Nope, too preemptive. It vibrated at me. Let's see. Maybe an exclamation point. There we go. "7-centimeter Lil Wakasagi." Amazing. More food. Oh, and then now I can see a fish in the water. And me pointing at my screen as if you can see what I'm pointing at. Come on, you're right there. There we go. Give me the fish. Give me the fish. Give me the fish. Give me the fish. 25 centimeter huge wakasagi. Matthew, do you like fish? If I gave you a fish, would you accept it? Would you accept my love in the form of a fish? Hey, is that from around here? Oh, he doesn't like it. Well, fuck the park. Alright. We're just gonna do some more fishing. Gonna do more. Oh. Well, hey, if it ain't Lumi. Who dare? What's happening? Duh. Been settling in okay? Glad to hear it, but you've never worked hard on a farm before, right? That's gotta be tough. If you ever find yourself in trouble, I'd be happy to lend a hand. She's scary. She was scary in the old one, too. Oh, let me go tell my brother Matt to pitch in, too. I've been teaching him the ins and outs of agriculture, so I hope you'll let us help you out. Get it? Oh, boy. Looks like she's gonna bite my face off. Hey, Matt, come here. Oh, big yawn. Oh, he's grumpy. He got interrupted. What? I'm busy. It can wait. Just come here. So grumpy. I can fix it. Here's the deal, little bro. If Lumi is ever in a bind, you be sure to give her your full support, alright? What? Why? Because the valley's a hopping place with Lumi around. And if she ended up packing her bags and leaving because she couldn't hack it, it'd be a crying shame. Hoppin'? I guess I've seen more people wandering around. Maybe. There you go with your prickly pear act again. I'm like, no, don't fight, please. Whoa, wait just a gosh darn second. There's something I forgot to take care of. Afraid it's real urgent, so I gotta make like a fruit tree and leave. Huh? Sorry to cut and run, Lumi, if you'll excuse me. I'm counting on you, Matt. What? Hey, wait! Sorry about Vesta. She's not exactly the best listener. Well, I'm glad it doesn't bother you. So, yeah. Oh, he's got blue eyes, too. Anyway, what's up? Are you having trouble with your crops? Need any help? No? Oh, good. Good? Well, I've got work to do, so bye. I love the glow up that they gave him. Okay, anyway. He doesn't want my fish, he doesn't want my flowers, he doesn't want my herbs. I really don't know what he wants. I'm gonna do more fishing. Fish! I'm thirsty. Oh, frick, I did it again. Fishing mechanic on this always gets me. There we go. 14 centimeter wakasagi. I got a little, I got a big, and I got a regular one. There I go. 8 centimeter wakasagi. I wonder if there's different fish that I can catch in the pond in the forest. Or even the beach. Low-key, I kind of love that everybody just, like, takes the day off at the same time. And they just kind of wander around town. It's very lively. Very lifelike. Fish. I can fish. And there's a fish. There it is. Yep. Oh, damn. Bucket mouth bass, 34 centimeters. I wonder. Can I give you this? Turtle is easy to recognize by its red bandana. Wonder where it got that. Can't give the animals any presents. I think Gordy gave him the bandana, but maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. In the old one, Gordy had a bandana on his arm, but I think it was yellow. If I'm remembering correctly. So I don't know where he got the bandana from. And I don't know that we ever learn. Little bucket mouth bass. Alright. Cool. We're gonna go home now. Different fish in different bodies of water. I'm gonna sell the huge one. Man. I can get some good money for him. $105. Sure. Not a lot, but I'll take it. Better than what I had before. Okay. I have to figure out what Matthew likes as a gift. But it might only be props. So I'll have to wait and see. Profits. I accept. Basically, my refrigerator is outside. Okay. To bed with me. I don't think I checked. Honey. Great. Music and harmony. Today's guest is Shishak Khan, an up-and-coming tabla drum player. Our associate Holly will be interpreting for us. Mr. Khan, would you tell us how long you've been playing the tabla? I was about 45 when I started. Very cute. I love it when things are just like randomly in-depth. In-depth and detailed. I'm dreaming about the harvest sprites. Or I'm sorry, the nature sprites. See what the weather's like. Partly cloudy. Good luck today. Oh, not sleep. The fact that sleep is on the top is a little... I will probably accidentally hit sleep. At least once when I don't mean to. Bird outside. Oh, that's right. I was gonna buy fertilizer from Vesta yesterday, and I never did. I need to try and remember to do that today. At least the grass grows back quickly. Okay. off the town I go. Oh, just kidding. I forgot to water my crops. I was like, wow, it's only 7? It's because I'm not done yet. These are the tomatoes, which will hopefully be done soon. There only being 10 days a season, I like that they compensated by making crops grow like across several seasons. It's like, yeah, there's only 10 days in spring, but tomatoes go through to like autumn, and watermelon go through to like summer, stuff like that. So helpful. Festa.
Hey!
Hey! That's a tree. 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 So fertilizer. 10 of those puppies. Yep. Let's get a couple trees. Let's get a couple trees. So I've got apple. Looks like orange is the next cheapest. We'll snag an orange. And then I'll grab one for... Let's see, what season does apple give seeds? Fruiting in autumn. Spring, summer, spring, summer. Summer, autumn. Spring, summer. That'll be fine. Yes. I'm gonna go fertilize my grass. I'm really upset that you don't like any of the things that I have in my pocket, sir. This has got to be the best season of the year. It's finally getting warmer out. Anyway, are you here to shop? No, I already did that. Why, we'll figure out what gifts you enjoy, sir. Mark my words. Are there any new requests today? Nope. Okay, so we're gonna fertilize some grass. There we go. Okay. Orange. Boop. And boop. There we go. Look, my tree. Time to go say hello to the puppy. I don't think I've done that yet. But smells like sunshine. That's great. Hop. Jump. Beg. Spin. Oh, he's getting better at spinning. Amazing. Where's the... Here's the... Time to go get more flowers. Making money in the beginning is rather difficult before you start getting a steady flow of crops and animal supplies. Or produce, I guess. So I'll pick all the flowers. that I can sell them to Van when he shows up every few days. I just love how it gets misty over here. I'm sure I could fish in this pond too. There's Pui. Hello, Pui. The weather is growing much warmer, yes? Fish? What fish? Fish. Press the button until exclamation mark. I'll press button. Exclamation mark. Lil Wakasagi. That's the same fish as the original one. Where am I? Where am I going? This way. Okay, I'm lost. Woo-hoo. Little animal noises. Nani! I forget. Do you accept flowers? Oh, nope. I'm weird for liking flowers, apparently. Hurted my feelers. Hurted my feelers a lot, actually. Not gonna lie. Mustafa, he likes flowers. He won't think I'm weird.
Hey!
Yeah, okay, he's in the middle of something, so he won't accept it. Fine, be that way. Scientist. In your house? Must be sleeping. It's almost noon. He's a night owl then. Food, please. Ready to order. Never mind. Never mind. Can I save with... Alright. So as much as I would love to play this for the next 8 hours, unfortunately I can't. I must end stream. So let me take a quick peek and see if there's anybody that I can raid who's also playing this game. Judging by the fact that it's brand new, my guess will probably be yes, so we'll see what I can find. If Twitch loads. Hello? Wonderful. Let's see. Make sure that I find someone who speaks English. Thank you, Delvin. Okay. We're gonna go raid into Lady Red Moon. They are also playing this. We're gonna go raid. What is she? Lady Red Moon. Literally just like that. Okay. There we go. And then use whichever message you can. We're gonna go give some love as they play a very cozy game. Alright, everybody. I love you very much. Low-key, I might be back tomorrow, so we'll see. Okay, bye.